Hi there, welcome back. So today's video a little bit different. So on the 5th of July we did a craft fair over here in the UK. We attended one as stall holders, but couldn't resist to make a few purchases while we were there. So we're just going to show you. Now this lovely lady called Lizzie, these are her details. She's not on social media. She had some beautiful bags, lots of different types, all handmade, hand sewn. And these are made of recycled denim jeans and other little swatches of fabrics and things. But look at this, really cute. It's got the denim pocket, jean pocket, patchwork style, fully washable in your washing machine, and lovely, lined beautifully. This is the other side of it. This is the front. I actually bought two of them. Very, very reasonably priced, just sort of zooming out there a bit so you can see a bit more. But really nice, got the lovely love heart detail in there, nice little pocket in there, all on point with her branding there too. All invisible seams as well. I mean, you can't see a frayed edge seam in sight anywhere. Fantastic craftsmanship. Lots and lots of skills this lady has. So you've got a little strap here that goes over the front, press stud close and fastening there, and lovely button detail too. And I'm not afraid to say, couldn't help ourselves, I also bought another little something. This is a reversible shopping bag. Now this is the lovely pouch, again all made by the lovely lady Lizzie, and a nice little press stud fastening there again. Look at this beautiful fabric. Now already fell in love with the fabric on the outside. Look at the fabric on the inside. This is fully reversible. Now this is a bag for life. I expect we've all got a collection of them somewhere or another at home, but rather than have the recycled plastic, this is recycled fabric. So this is a collection of fabrics that this lady has. She's got lots of them, and it's fully lined again, all machine washable. I would say probably put it on a cool wash. Not sure about tumble dry, but beautiful. So you can have it either way, the green way or the floral way. And again, she has quite a large collection of these. So, you know, beautiful seams, all completely invisible, no sort of hems in sight or frayed edges or anything like that. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm going to try, and I say try, look at this stitching again, beautiful. Lovely long straps as well, just long enough to put over your shoulder if you want to. So I'm going to try and refold this back so it fits in that lovely pouch. And yes, I didn't quite manage to do it. There is a proper way of doing it, and I didn't do it. But there we go. Also, I mean, if you just wanted to take the pouch, this lovely reversible shopping bag pouch out with you, is enough room in there if you want to put, you know, your keys and perhaps a purse, a little coin purse, or your mobile phone, or even your glasses if you wear glasses. Keep it all nice and safe and sound. There we go. So just trying to put this back in there now. As I say, I didn't quite fold it correctly. User error. There we go. So very reasonably priced, and yeah, you can contact her via email and just ask her what she has available, and I'm sure she'll be more than happy to contact you, let you know. Now we also saw this. Now this is Dots and Blocks, sharing positivity through creativity. I rather like that tagline. So this is her information along the bottom. There's a lovely lady there, I think, and her partner. Apologies if it wasn't. But here we go. Karen at dotsandblocks.co.uk. And she'll give you lots of information there. There's a QR code there and her web address. Now, she had lots of things, again, that you can use to make various projects for sale. But we saw these. Now, this, not resin ink, not pigment paste. These are fabric paints. Now she does them in this size, and they were very reasonable. I think they're about £1 each. She does them in bigger sizes as well. Obviously the price varies depending on the size you want. So we had quite a lot of colours there. We also got some beautiful blocks. Now these are printing blocks. Normally you would use them on fabrics, but for the purpose of the demonstration, because we're going to show you, I'm going to show you me very, very new to using these, so you'll have to forgive me what I produce. I need quite a bit more practice here. But look at this, it's beautiful. It's wooden, it's a wooden block, and then it's got cut out carved work there that you would use to sort of put down in the paint, press it down or cover it with paint, and then pop it down on your fabric or your canvas or whatever you're going to print this lovely shape and pattern onto. Apply pressure, release it, pick it up, and there you go. So that was a butterfly. And then we've got the lovely little bee, and then we've got another type of butterfly. Apologies for the state of my hands there. So there's the three of them together. And again, they were very reasonably priced. I think she did also do a kit if you wanted to make a pencil case. Now, we didn't get these. I have to admit, we didn't get these from the craft fair, but they came through just before we left to go. From the lovely Mia at Make It Amazing. We've had some of her molds before. You've probably seen them. If not, why not check out our playlist and you'll be able to see the molds. But look at these. So we've got two lots of these ones, these beautiful flowers. I have seen these made up into earrings and they are stunning. But we've got two lots. We've also got this mold. Now this is what I'm going to call it a collection of different shaped pebbles or stones. If you've ever seen the piles or the towers of pebbles on beaches and things, that's what that reminded me of. And then finally here we have the beautiful detail in these butterfly or fairy wings. So we're going to show you, I'm going to try and use these blocks. Now I haven't used this sort of block before. Well, I did once, but yeah, my results weren't very good. So what I'm going to try and put it down onto is we've got some coasters made from aquacast, which is what that round circular shape is. Just a thin thing. It's been allowed to cure and dry out overnight. And all we're going to do is decant the paint onto this card. There we go, like that. And then apply it. Now I tried just dipping the blocks into the paint and then popping them on, but I didn't have a lot of good results, so I resorted to applying this paint. Now this is acrylic paint, this isn't the fabric paint that we bought, this is acrylic paint. So you decided to use a paintbrush, there we go, because you can see there, and then just stamp it on to this blank, this aquacast coaster blank, just to show you. So I need a lot more practice, I know, but I thought I'd just show you, you know, off the cuff. Here we go. I love the shapes. I love the idea. I need to have a go at using it on fabric, I think, because I think I'll probably get a better result on fabric. So, you know, if you wanted to put a print on your own tea towels or, you know, the plain tote bags, makeup bags, pencil cases, things like that. Now, I have gone back over the bees and just put a bit of black on. Haven't done that very well. Apologies. So that was those. Moving on. Here are two of the molds, a bit more up close, from Mia, Make It Amazing, that we showed you in the unboxing originally. Now, here are some of her pigments as well that we bought previously when we were up at Maker Central. And this one is different. This is from Helena at Resin Supplies. Now, Wayne is doing this section. He's made up some just regular epoxy resin. He's decanted it into some of these lovely little mixing cups. And now he's just using a small amount of the paste, of the pigment paste, popping it into the little mixing cup and then mixing. Now this bit's been sped up because you don't need to sit and watch him making this, just sort of stirring it all up. So we had a sort of violet colour. Then we've got this deep mauve purpley colour. There we go, we're just mixing that one up too. So these bits have been sped up, as I said. Make sure that obviously you take care of yourself when you're using epoxy resin and that you wear all the appropriate PPE. And here we are. Now look at this green. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. So just mixing that one in as well. The first green you saw in the pot by Helena at Resin Supplies actually creates like a glass green effect. You'll see what I mean shortly. And there we go. Another pigment from Mia at Make It Amazing. A deep, deep orange colour. So there we go. Just making sure it's all thoroughly mixed in and ready to be used. And Wayne's just using a coffee stir stick there to mix them. This is that glass-like almost like a gel pigment from Helena Resin Detra Supplies. Wherever possible, we will link we'll link people's social media information or contact information in the description box, and that will be for what we've shown you in the unboxing part or section at the beginning of this video, through to any little extras that we've used. So look at that. That colour reminds me of a certain ghost in a certain series of films. But yeah, so Wayne's just decided to use a silicone tip tool there to pop this beautiful clear glass-like resin into the mould, and then just move it around. And there we go, got a bit of the metallic green going in as well. These moulds are beautiful. The quality, yeah, you'd be hard pushed to find anything of better quality. Mia's moulds are absolutely stunning. Nice and shiny, slightly domed as well. Beautiful. Oh, he put a bit too much in there, so he's just scooping a little bit out. There we go, in with a bit more of that beautiful metallic green colour. There we are, and a little bit more. So he's trying to get a sort of a grading or a gradation, is it gradation? Of different colours. Now we're going in, we're doing the petals, same technique, using a little bit of resin at a time with the silicone tip tool. Apologies if you can hear the dog barking in the background there. And then this bit's all been sped up because you don't need to sit and watch him doing this for 10 minutes. Try to make this a video not as long as it is. It is 25 minutes, so thank you if you're still with us watching. We do appreciate it. Don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up for us. Have you used any of these types of moulds before? What ones have you got? What colour combinations have you done? Have you used them? You know, what have you made them into? Have you made these ones, this particular mould, have you made into earrings? I think that's what Wayne is going to do. You know, what have you been making recently? Is there anything that you would really like us to demonstrate in a video, in upcoming videos? Let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to accommodate it. So here we are. These are the butterfly or fairy wings. And again, he's made a choice of colours that he's going to use, and he's trying to be very precise as to where he puts what colour resin. Now, you and I, we all know by now, resin is going to do what resin wants. So you can have the best intentions of the world in the world of trying to get it to stay exactly like how Wayne is trying to do currently, but resin all the time, as it's curing, it will move. So just bear that in mind when you're doing anything like this. Look at that vibrant orange. He was being very daring with his colours when doing this. Very daring. So in this particular mould, in the fairy wings, there's quite a bit of detail. So you could, once these have cured, go back in and just go over the detail on the edges of the wings with the tiniest, a very, very fine tipped pen to put in maybe a different colour on the tips of the wings. But, I mean, that's looking beautiful, the one he's done already. So just repeating the process with the second one of these fairy wings. And these are beautiful. I mean, you don't have to make these into earrings if you don't want to. You could have it as a friendship pendant. So you have one of the fairy wings on a pendant and you give the other one to your best friend or maybe a sister, or if you share it with, you know, somebody else who's very special to you or dear to you. There we go. Or you could even have a fairy wing or butterfly themed Christmas tree, perhaps, or make it up as part of a mobile or a wind chime for your garden. You could even hang them off of a chandelier if you're making a light and you want to make it just that little bit extra special. Why not do that? So this is I'm going to call it the Pebbles mould. I don't think it's called that. Wayne's already poured some of the leftover colours in the mould, and now he's just doing the same. Now that he's just done there, It almost reminds me of something called a kiss pour, and here is where a kiss pour. So it's where you pour the two colours at the same time, very close to one another, very close to one another. It's a technique I've seen done in acrylic paint pouring by artists that do that kind of abstract and fluid art. But I've never seen it done in resin, so it'd be interesting to see how these cure and whether or not they give the effect that he wanted. But look at that. I mean, beautiful colours. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that glass effect there of the clear green with that metallic green. Looking really, really beautiful. So in the end shot for this one, it will just be these that he has made using the Mia from Make It Amazing molds, because obviously we've showcased the bags made by the lovely Lizzie at the beginning, and then we've also shown you what we've done with the stamps from Dots and Blocks. Look at this. So this is the following day, because obviously he's used epoxy resin, so it needs, you know, a day or a bit short of a day to cure. They did shrink back slightly, so you probably could have done with putting a little bit more resin in there. But look at those. Those are rather lovely. And they've given quite a different effect. They're not equal, but oh, look at that. I do love this purple with a metallic green. Stunning. Now, what's this one done? Oh, look. So we've got the deeper purple and the paler purple, and then the metallic green there. And I can also see a little bit of orange hiding. Oh, look at that. These are beautiful. I do love her moulds. They are great. I mean, you could make those into a pair of stud earrings. You could make them so they go on hoops as hoop earring hangers on hoop earrings, or as part of a design for some drop earrings, or, you know, on a bracelet as charms, or, you know, then there's so many different ways. If you do wire wrapping, you're good with your wire wrapping skills are good. You could wire wrap these together in a pattern to make a pendant, or perhaps a central piece on a bangle or a bracelet. Or a brooch even. I mean, there are so many different things. That pair there, that last pair, these two, wow. Definite earrings. Stud earrings. And here we go. Look at these flowers. Look at the way it's moved. The resin has moved. So there we go. Look at that. Got a bit of a mottling going on there with the resin, which is, I actually think looks quite nice. Gives a bit of texture. So we've got a little bit of mixing going on with the dark and mauvey sort of purpley colour and the orange, which looks rather beautiful. And he's just going to take the other one out. Beautiful with the green, with a little bit of stalk and stem. Now, if you're going to make this into a pendant or a pair of earrings, they are separate. So they're going to articulate. So they can move independently or together. That's what I mean by that. So that will look really stunning. I mean, they are quite long. I'm going to say that now. They are quite long, but I did try them on, and I haven't got the longest neck in the world. In fact, I've got quite a short neck. But that's, you know, anyway. Well, I suppose what I'm trying to say here, Laura, you know, spit it out, is that most people should be able to wear it. Look at these. Now, these are the butterfly or fairy wings, and I think he managed it. Hey, look, I mean, most of the colour of that resin, those different colours of resin, stayed where they were supposed to. So wow. Right, now Wayne did tell me he wasn't ever so happy with the fact that there was nothing in the centre of these flowers. So he's just shown you some coloured UV resin. So that was the yellow UV resin. And all he's doing is put the flowers down on a piece of UV resin tape. Put a couple of stir sticks, one on each end, just to try and keep it steady so it doesn't try and move all over the place. Just a bit easier to use. And as you can see there, he's filled up the centre of those flowers with the yellow UV resin. It's on a piece of perspex, which has then got, or acrylic, which has then gone into under the UV lamp to cure. Now this is the underside of the earrings, or the back. And he still wasn't completely happy, so he's taken some UV resin, just some clear this time, and he is applying it to the back side, or the underside of those earrings. Now, had he filled them up a little bit more when he was making them, put a little bit more of the coloured resin in, then we wouldn't have had this situation. So do make sure that you're putting in enough resin when you're doing your designs, and then you won't have to do this particular step. But Wayne wasn't happy, so he did do it. So he's just applying some UV resin there, using the silicone tip tool just to smooth it out to the edges before putting it under the UV lamp to cure it again. And as you can see, Wayne's not wearing gloves. I have told him you need to wear gloves when you're using UV resin, but he was happy enough that his fingers weren't getting into contact with the UV resin, so he didn't wear them. So here we are. He's got a jump ring. He has drilled, he's drilled from front to back in the flower, and also into the stalk, I believe. Part of the stalk, there you go. And he's just got the jump ring. Now you open and close jump rings like you're opening a door. So never pull them away from each other. Push from front to back. You'll see what I mean when he closes it now. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Oh, just a bit more. There we go. So that's the first one. Can you see the stem and the leaves move independently from the flower itself? Which is lovely. I like that very much. I'd like to see these done where the flower is done in one colour, or maybe in pink and white. That would look beautiful too. So again, he's just opened up another jump ring. So there you go, front to back, or push forward, pull back. And he's drilled a hole through the front to the back of the top of that petal there. There we go, just trying to feed the jump ring through the hole. There you go. A lot of patience to do this. And here he's got a traditional sort of, they call them fishhook style ear wire or jewellery findings. I mean, you can find most jewellery findings on the internet to buy. Usually Amazon's a good place to start. So again, he's just opened up that little loop at the bottom of the ear wire, and then he's realised, in fact, he needs to put another jump ring in. Now this was because the jump ring in the top of that petal goes through from front to back of the petal, and the little loop, or the little hoop, the little loop even at the bottom of the ear wire also goes from front to back and not from side to side. So hence the addition of another jump ring. So he's opened that one, popped it through the little loop at the bottom of the ear wire there, and then put the jump ring that's at the top of the petal through it. And then he's just going to close up the jump ring there, just push it together slightly. There we go. And there you go. So then when you put that through your ear, it's not going to turn sideways on, it's going to be frontways on, so you'll be able to see that flower and the stem and the leaves. Looking absolutely beautiful. Nice and smooth, slightly domed on the front as well, and very lightweight, very lightweight. So here is that beautiful pair of shades of purple and metallic-y purple stones, or pebble sort of shapes, should we say. So Wayne made the decision to make some studs out of these, and he's going to fix the post part of the stud to the back of this beautiful little pebble, should we say, little flat pebble, using some UV resin. So again, just applied the UV resin onto the back, use a silicone tipped tool, and then got hold of the post. There we go. Just persuaded some of the UV resin to go over the post there and that little flat back. And then once he's finished and he's done this other one, he'll put them under the UV lamp to cure. And then all you need to do is pop a couple of butterfly backs onto those, and they're beautiful. Obviously up to you where you position your post for the earring, whether or not you put it towards the top of this little flat pebble or if you put it in the middle. Totally up to you. There we go. And then popped them under the UV lamp just to cure them. And here they are. As you can see, they're all completely sealed, nice and flat, very sturdy there, not going to come off, and obviously with the butterfly back on as well. And these butterfly backs and the posts are made from steel, surgical steel. Now here's the very end shot here. So thank you for joining us in today's video. Don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed it. Look at these beautiful earrings. Going to be difficult to let these go. They will be available on our website shortly. That might take us 2 or 3 days to do that. But thanks again. Hope you've enjoyed the video. As I said, have a fantastic crafting weekend or week. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone.